Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. All right, let's get into the story out of Fort Worth. In particular, high school by the name of O.D. Wyatt. Recently, they had a spirit day where the teachers were to dress like the students. And for some reason, it backfired and garnered a lot of backlash to where the principal ended up being taken off campus for a few days until they had a meeting. But let's get into this story because I thought it was going to be a simple story of, teachers dressing like the students and everybody's getting a kick out of it because, students and teachers dress differently. But as I read and went a little more in depth, come to realize that it's a lot more layers to this story than just what's on the surface. So let's get into it, man. I got this from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, and the title reads, "Residents want Fort Worth Wyatt principal back after a ghetto Facebook post by a counselor." And it reads, "An investigation is underway at Fort Worth's Wyatt, it's O.D. Wyatt. Fort Worth's O.D. Wyatt High School after staff dressed up like students for a spirit day wearing saggy pants, teeth grills, hair bonnets, and in one case, an ankle monitor." Now, when I heard that, I was like, that's funny, an ankle monitor, my gosh. But anyway, a subsequent Facebook post from a counselor described the school on Seminary Drive as being in the quote-unquote ghetto. And for some reason, people have got real upset about the use of the word ghetto. I was wondering to myself, why in the heck would they get so upset? But then let me continue to read first, and then we'll get to that. It says, Principal Howard Robertson, who is a brother, hasn't been seen on campus since the district announced an investigation, but residents lobbied the school board Tuesday to let him return, saying he'd been unfairly punished for the counselor's post. So I'm wondering, why did they take the principal out in the first place? If the parents are lobbying for him to be brought back, then what's the problem, right? Okay, so it says school district representatives said they do not comment on personal matters. On May 10th, Kelly Pizzano, a 12th grade counselor, posted photos of, quote, dressed like a student day. Quote, "If you haven't been in high school in the ghetto lately, this is 100% how our students dress," Pizzano wrote in her post. "I cannot recall having this much fun at work in forever," in all caps. And when you look at the picture, it shows Kelly Davidson Pizzano is a Caucasian lady. She's a white lady. And that right there is probably why most people got mad at the word ghetto. See, this here touches on the topic of the power of words and who use them, who can and can't use them, right? Now, ghettos were created by white people. And matter of fact, in the beginning of time, white people were the original people who lived in the ghetto. When there was a movie called Gangs of New York, I think was it Leonardo DiCaprio? They lived in the ghetto. But I think a lot of people are mainly upset because it was a white teacher who posted this. And when you look at the pictures, she has a bonnet on herself. She has on pajama pants. Looks like a t-shirt and a freaking house coat or a robe. And she's like next to other black faculty, nothing but black faculty members. Now that I look at it, in the picture that's captured on this on the Fort Worth Star-Telegram post. So I myself went to Facebook to look up Miss Pizzano's Facebook page, and it has been wiped clean. It has 2 followers and no pictures, no videos, no nothing. Now maybe my internet connection is jacked up, but maybe y'all can look for yourselves, but I saw nothing. And today's the 25th, so this is like the last day of school, so there's like nothing on her Facebook at all. But again, my question is, why are people like I said, the words shouldn't have that much. To me, personally, words should not have that much power. Because you have a white lady sitting here mimicking your children, first of all, with the dress. Now, she's in one picture, she's standing next to her brother. He got his pants kind of sagging with some blue boxes, shirt tucked in, which throws me out. I don't know what's up with these kids. Hat, shades, necklace. Then she's up next to another lady that has like on the bonnet some glasses, looking like Flavor Flav, but the picture's small, so I apologize. Another one with a head wrap on, just a bunch of bonnets. Most of the women have on bonnets. So my question again is, why are people so upset because of the Spirit Day? Because if they're dressing like your kids, that means that your kids go out the house looking like that, which means you're allowing your children to represent you and your family name when they go to school dressed like this. Now, she says that the school is in the ghetto. What's wrong with that? Again, words really should not be that powerful no matter who says them. Even the intention. It's like the N-word. Let's just go there, right? People, I had to think about it. Living all the years that I've been on this planet, I remember being young and using the N-word. Well, when I was young, I didn't use it. But then when I got to like third grade, most of the kids, and all black, mainly black kids, what I'm saying, we used that. They used that, to describe each other. And I'm like, when I first heard it, I'm like, man, that ain't the word we use. You know what I'm saying? I knew that word wasn't the word used. But as you stay around people, hang around people, you pick up habits. And eventually, I myself started using the word on a regular. Even remember one time I said to one of my friends who didn't go to that same school, because we went to private school when we were younger. Then I went to like public school in third grade. But then one of my friends, was like his mom was at our house, and I was talking to him, and I used the word to him. My mom looked at me. She said, "What you just saying?" I didn't realize what I said. And she, she pulled me to the side. And when I said, I thought about it. I said, and I said it. When I said it, I knew it was bad. But she told me how ugly that word was, and this and the third, told me not to use it. Okay, didn't use it for a while, but then, like I said, you hang around people, you use it. But anyway, now I look at the word and I'm like, we really shouldn't be using that word, because we try to say that we use it as a term of endearment. But truth of the matter is, I want people to really just think about it when they use that word for the most part. Is it always for a term of endearment? And the answer is no. You can go online and look at a lot of videos, and when they got these fight videos, and first thing a person to do is sit there and call a person that they whooping the N-word. I saw a video where this dude, I don't know if he was Hispanic or Samoan or a big white boy, I don't know, but two dudes try to charge him. He picked him up, slammed one to the ground, slammed another to the ground, kicked him in the head, knocked him out, and was calling them the N-words. Yeah, the two boys like white boys, calling them the N-words. No, and you look in the rap music, a lot of times it's, you can say that's your N-word, this and the third, but a lot of times in the rap music, when they talking about doing something wrong with a person, they're using that word. And nobody, I'm gonna say, out of all the times that word may have been used, I think rarely is it used for terms of endearment. Rarely. Matter of fact, take your favorite rap song. Substitute that word for the word king or brother. And just tell me how much sense that make. Yeah, that's what I thought. But anyway, like I'm saying, words, but like I said, when they use it, it's a problem. And I'm like, shoot, it should be a problem if everybody uses it. Period. If it's that harmful, then shouldn't nobody use it, and it should be, it should be abolished out of your vocabulary. So let's say the word ghetto. The word ghetto, we had songs like "Welcome to the Ghetto," "From the Ghetto," "Too Short Had the Ghetto." You know, once upon a time it's in the project. Yeah, once upon a time in the ghetto, stuff like this. I mean, songs like that, we use the word all the time, but then when a white woman comes out and use the word ghetto, what she say, today is an epic day at work. It was dressed like a student day. If you haven't been in a high school in a ghetto lately, this is 100% how our students dress. Girls in their hair bonnets, everyone in pajamas, slides, blankets. The first two pics are my fave. One of the coaches was sagging with his grill, and Miss Cook was sporting her court-ordered ankle bracelet. I cannot recall having this much fun at work in forever. I'm not going to speculate what the mindset of with this white woman, but basically you just say, hey, this woman sitting here just laughing at y'all, laughing at us. By the way, we allow our kids to come walk out the house and go to school. When my kids was coming up, that was the age of not only just wash and wear, but they tried to wash, wear, and be wrinkled. And I would never I would not allow my children, my daughters, to walk out the house wrinkled. I don't give a damn if you late to school. You come out that room and we getting ready to walk out that building, out the house, and you a wrinkle, you gotta go back in there and iron. And if the damn be late for school, you should have thought about that last night before you said I'm not gonna get my stuff ready for school the next day. And I was serious, because that's how I went to school. My parents wouldn't let me walk out the house wrinkled. Shoot, and then in high school, we used to starch down, crease up, like, you know, trying to outdo each other, looking like we took our clothes to the cleaners, for real. And it was like high school, for the mid-90s. So that's where I'm from. So my kids had to do the same. But now, I don't know what happened between then and now. But now these parents are letting your kids, and I see it all the time. What she's talking about, she's not wrong, man. I see this all the time. I can be riding through Dallas, Arlington, whatever, and you'll see kids, girls and boys, walking around with freaking bonnets, long bonnets. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to have it in the house because it's housewear. Pajamas are housewear. Bonnets are put on your head to keep, to sleep in. Not to walk around in and sweat, get your hair all, that's what they don't understand. This stuff, get your hair all, dirty and stinking, sweaty and oil and greased up, walking out in the sun like that. But can't tell these folks nothing. But anyway, we are allowing our children to walk out the house looking like they finna go to sleep. No thought. Think about this. People don't realize the way you dress, the way you present yourself. I mean, people have been doing this since the beginning of time. They know exactly where your mindset is. Not too many people who walk out the house in sleepwear are going to really be focused on trying to learn anything, trying to advance in any part of life wearing sleepwear. Basically, from my standpoint, you walk in the house in some damn sleepwear, I'm thinking you ain't trying to do nothing today anyway. You ain't trying to learn. You're not, because you're too damn relaxed. You in-house relaxed. You want to be on my cell phone all day and looking at videos relaxed. That's how you're looking. I may look up at the teacher every now and then. If the teacher call on me, then I may say something. But other than that, I'm not worried about school today, right? But anyway, like I said, I think the main issue is that it's a white woman who said it. And that's what is pissing a lot of people off. It said the post sparked backlash for both the way staff members dress and for Pisano's use of the word ghetto. I don't think they really tripping on the way they dress. Now, they might be tripping on the way this white woman's dress. Now, if it was black people, only black people, I don't think it would have been much of a outrage. But the problem is, you allow your kids to dress like this in front of this white woman. And so now you're mad. So the question again is, why are you mad? You let them see you like this. This ain't like back in the day when you used to be able to, when schools were really segregated and there was no interaction or very little interaction with white people and black people deal with that. But when you look at old pictures and old videos, shoot, they didn't dress like this in front of us. We wouldn't get that comfortable in front of us because we were trying to actually learn something to get about the ghetto, to get about the plantations, to get about the sharecropping plantations and farms, trying to go get a good job somewhere, get an education. We want to go to college so we can get away from this that way of living, to try to make a way for ourselves to see the world, because our parents and grandparents told us to go out there and see the world. You feel me? But now you got kids, man. I met a person sometime within the last couple years that said they hadn't been outside they small town their whole life, and they was grown. They're like, why the hell? Like, really? You ain't even been to Dallas? And they was like, nope. You know what I'm saying? Mama told me Dallas is too crazy to even go up to. And Dallas ain't nothing but 20 miles. You know what I'm saying? 20 minutes, a 15, 20 minute drive to downtown. And you ain't been outside? You ain't been outside your little city? I don't know. But anyway, let's get back to it. It said Wide High School representative said in a May 11 statement on his Facebook page that the pictures were unprofessional and the school district has launched an investigation. Like, investigating what? They had a spirit day. They're dressed like students. They're dressed like your kids. Kids you let go out of the house looking like this. There's no need for an investigation. It said, quote, the safety and well-being of our students and staff are of utmost importance to us, and appropriate measures will be taken based on the outcomes of our investigation. What? The statement said, the well-being and safety of our students, it can't be. If kids are going to school dressed like this, the safety and well-being of students is not priority number one, because you would have a dress code saying that bonnets and pajama pants and slides are not allowed in school, especially in this day and age. People know, look at her. We've all been in high school, we've all been in junior high. We all know how hormones rage at that age. Your kids walking around in some thin ass pajama pants or some loose fitting or tight fitting pajama pants that's like hugging every part of their body, especially the females, hugging every part of their body that boys find sexually attractive. And y'all allowing this is beyond me. I never understood pajama day at school. Never understood it. I don't think we had it when I was going to school. I never understood it. Even when we had like a senior like sleepover at a bowling alley. Saying you can wear pajamas. It's at the third. Man, ain't no way in hell I was gonna wear no pajamas. I mean, it's just, you don't wear pajamas outside the house. But for schools to allow pajama day, I never understood. To me, it's some kind of perversion behind that. It really is. I don't care how you think. That's the way I think. Some kind of perversion around that, to have pajama day. Like, who want to see? No. But again, you'll have people let their kids walk out the house doing that. Let's see. Pisano has been an advocate for every student she's worked with throughout her career and treats them as if they were her own children, her lawyer Gianna Ortiz said in a statement to the Star Telegram. If there's a problem with stereotypes, then the district should look beyond a Facebook post, Ortiz said, which is true. If y'all are worried about stereotypes and how people portray you, then you need to look beyond a Facebook post. You need to look at, like I say, these kids' home situations. Again, you need to look and see how your kids are dressing going into these schools. If this teacher's saying that this is 100% how these kids come to school, then she's not making this stuff up. But if she is, won't you, like I said, you can do an investigation to see if she's making it up. And then she's not making it up, and she's telling 100% fact. What you punishing people for? She's just speaking what she see. And why in the heck has the principal, the black principal, been pretty much suspended for just having dress like Students Day. This is too much. People, this I hate to get into politics, but it's crazy. It's that left liberal bullcorn. It's like, but let them be LGBT, let them have an LGBT day, a gay pride day, a transgender day. Oh, it won't be a problem. But when they say dress like students, there's a problem there. We can't do that. Stereotypes. You know what I'm saying? Making us look bad. No, you're making yourself look bad. If these teachers, and she's not the only one, like I say, the way they show like other black teachers, there's other, and you can see there with other pictures. But again, the Facebook post has been taken down, or the whole Facebook been wiped. So there's no telling what the other pictures, you know what I'm saying, what other pictures, what were on the other pictures. But again, if you're black, you're white, Hispanic, all your teachers are dressing like students, and that's what they see. There is no stereotype. What they're speaking is facts. And it's time for parents to, and I think that's what the problem is. Too many times, our people do videos just like in social media posts, and they'll do videos getting mad that people, got something to say about wearing the bonnets or the wearing the sagging pants. And they say, why, people, they question like, why are people trying to, every time it seems like it's a problem because, they're always trying to get on black folk. Why don't we just leave black folks alone? Why y'all trying to, talk about us, this, that, and the third? And people fight for negative behavior. It's got to be black. When it's some negative behavior, they want it to be part of the stigmatized in the black culture. It's got to be black culture. I'm talking about this is the videos that we do. And it's negative stereotypes. They want to fight for it. They fight tooth and nail to keep up negativity. But you won't see us do too many or promote too many videos of being positive. We won't promote the videos of like all the stuff that we invented. All of us who have went to schools, college, graduated high school, college, got degrees, doctorates, masters, starting businesses, construction businesses. All of us out there, doing HVAC, who doing, making good money in trade, trades, making money in trades, or stock too. Won't promote that stuff, but all the negative stuff we'll sit here and promote as black culture. And we don't see, and not enough of us see a problem with that. So these people, like I say, may did a day and to, what do you say, and to describe your children, they got on bonnets and they sagging and wearing gold grills. And I think the issue is that you're mad because they are pretty much questioning your parenting skills. And you don't want nobody to question your parenting skills. But somebody has to. There has to be an accountability. Like, look, we're slipping. You don't want nobody to question your parenting skills, but yet your kid go up to the school and they do things like disrespectful to themselves or to the faculty or to the school. And they try to call you on it. And the first thing you want to do is act a fool. And then you wonder why the majority of the teachers that are teaching your students, us, are either white or Hispanic. You wonder why? This is because, come on now, because we know, we feel, we're like, we don't put up with us, right? Because we know, we like, I ain't put up with my own kids. First thing we'll say, I ain't put up with my own kid. I definitely ain't gonna put up with your kid. Your kid's acting foolish in front of me. It's gonna be a problem. Like that teacher over there, I forgot. She's the one in Carolinas, I think. where she took the girl phone, the girl tried to charge her up, and the girl tried to walk around and snatch the phone, and then the girl swung at her, and she pretty much manhandled that girl. You know, the teacher with a little skirt, and did the video. That's how our people look at teachers and look at them kids like, we're not putting up with this. Had a video where a coach, where the two kids was fighting, and the coach said, y'all cut it out, and they still trying to fight, so he go there and bum rush them both, knock them both down. And he said, I told y'all, I ain't gonna knock one of y'all, I'll knock both of y'all out. That's how we handle the kids. The mother folk, they wanna call timeout, they wanna call the principal, they wanna call the police, come get you. You know, they're not gonna interact, but you know, they'll call the folk to come get you and be done with you. At least our way, we're just gonna, you know, show our authority one way or another, put you in your place, now sit down, let's learn. They're gonna make it to where you gotta go. We're not gonna, you know, you gotta go. But I remember my dad, he was like, he said a few years ago, you know, retired, he just doing substitute teaching, just, you know, to do something, make a little money, and get out the house. He was not a teacher, you know, in his career. He just did it after he retired for a little bit. And he was like, he telling kids, hey, I'm not putting up with that. You know, no behavior. Y'all do your work. We all get along. You get out of hand, I'm just gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna send you to office. I'm not gonna put up with it. Because if we do put up with it, like I say, it's gonna be some kind of physical confrontation, cussing and fussing. We're gonna put you in your place one way or another. But you gotta, you know, set your authority early, and then, you know, then we can continue on. But them folk ain't like that. Like I said, them folk, they gonna, in the beginning, you look at them for no police, call the police, you out of here. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna show that passion like we show. But you're gonna have to, gotta be some accountability in parenting first. Then we can have accountability in teaching. Cause my thing is this, man, as a matter of fact, when I say let me keep reading. Cause like I say, it's a lot of stuff still gotta get into. Like I said, or he said in the post, was a sincere celebration of her school community to which she remained deeply devoted. Robinson, the principal, is the first person at school in the morning, the last one to leave, and is a presence at school events and in the hallway, says Keisha Brazil, a Dunbar High School alumnus who spoke at the meeting on Tuesday. His not being present on campus is being felt greatly by the people who you are so concerned about their outcomes. They're not concerned about these kids' outcomes because, again, if you're concerned about kids' outcomes, you jump on problems early. You do not allow your kids to come on campus dressed the way these teachers were mimicking. You just don't. If they ain't got on pants that fit, no, they don't got on clothes that fit properly on their body, get that freedom. So that's the problem. But you know, go to private school, they ain't gonna let you do that. But these public schools, they don't care, man. They just looking for make sure you pass these STAR tests, and they can get their funding from the government. They don't care about your kids. And that's what you gotta realize. They don't care about your children. Just like you don't. Just like you don't care how they look. They don't care how they look. If you don't care at home, they're not gonna care at school. Come on now. Robinson did not respond to a Facebook message and email requesting comment Wednesday. A couple of speakers questioned why Robinson seemed to be getting punished while Pisano was not. She, quote, she has previously made egregious statements to our student body telling them that they should be grateful that COVID saved them from flunking, said Trina Stidham, a member of the ODY Alumni Association. Before sending a statement from her lawyer, Pisano wrote in a text message that Stidham had taken her words out of context. I told the kids to try and be positive during COVID, Pisano said, adding she used the district's decision to lower the passing grade as an example of something students could be positive about. that got turned into be thankful for COVID. Clearly not my intention, Pisano said. So let's unwrap it. So really, basically what she said was, she told your kids who's flunking that you better be glad that the government lowered the passing criteria due to COVID, or your kids weren't gonna pass. What's wrong with that? Again, this white woman is speaking truth. You just mad because it came from a white woman. So I wanted to go to this website. It's called schools.texastribune.org, and I wanted to look up a few stats on Fort Worth ISD. So, and it shows like every district in the state of Texas. So I go to Fort Worth ISD, and listen to what I found. This is for the year 2021-2022. Fort Worth ISD has 74,326 students. Right, average teacher experience is 11.7 years. 4-year graduate rate is 85.7%. It says, now you scroll down, it says, let's look at the race and ethnicity of this school, the demographics, if you will. It says there are, let me just read it like this. Out of the 74,326 students, 20.5% are African American. Hispanics make up 64.8%. And the white population makes up 11.1%. It says risk factors, at-risk students, for basically saying risk factors for at-risk students for dropping out before they graduate, is at 77.3%, which is, and the statewide average is 53.5%. 85.2% of kids are economically disadvantaged, and 37.6% have a limited English proficiency. I would assume that's all the expanded population, but you know there are some people out there from America who can't speak now better English. Right. It said that a student is identified as being at risk of dropping out of school based on a state-defined criteria. A student defined as economically disadvantaged if he or she is eligible for free or reduced price lunch or other public assistance, basically below the poverty line. So you got 85% of your students are below the poverty line in Fort Worth. Then I said, hey, let me go look at Dallas ISD, right? The ISD. We'll look at a few stats there. It says that they have 143,430 students, a whole lot more than Fort Worth ISD. It says that 20.9% of these students are African American, and Hispanic takes up 70.1%, and whites are only 6%. In a school district as big as Dallas, I got a question popped up in my head was, where are all the white kids at? One, black folk, look at her. This is concerning too. I know we don't want to, I know we got in our mind that we don't really want to overpopulate too much because, you know, we ain't got no money, but hell, everybody having 4 or 5 kids don't care about no money. But my question is, how in the world, first of all, black people, the statewide average demographics for students is 12.8%, about 13%, which is supposed to be like the population of America. But first of all, like I say, the Hispanic population is ballooning a lot. I don't know if it's because they're coming across the border, and this is like, you know, and I don't know if they just having a bunch of babies. I don't know. It just ain't making sense on how a group of people coming from a whole other country is taking over these school districts. But you know what it is they sending their kids, this is the thing about it, they sending their kids to get education because they don't know English. The parents are like, look, we're gonna go to this country, we're gonna learn their language, we're gonna learn a language, we're gonna get educated for free so that we can do better for our people and get good jobs, make good, decent money, send it back home to our parents and grandparents so we can live comfortably and everything, and we can build from there. For some reason, we don't see it like that. We don't see education like that. But anyway, my thing is, again, where are Black kids at? Like, how is it that our population is not growing, but the Hispanic population is growing? I can't get that. I mean, I can't wrap my head around that one. But then another question I have is, where are the white kids going to school? That's what I want to know. But I go down here to Highland Park, right? Because Highland Park is like a upscale, just a rich white neighborhood. Let's just put it like that. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat this. I try to sound smarter than I am. Highland Park ISD is like inside of Dallas, and it's like where all the rich white folks go live. Period. They have a total of 6,666 students. Not a lot, but hey. Let's just look at their percentages. Out of those 6,666 students, 0.8% of them, or 52 of them, are African American. 425, or 6.4% of them, are Hispanic. And 81.8% of them are white, and then you got other people, sprinkling in there. So Hispanic people know where to go. They know how to, they're trying to, and I'm not saying you should have to like mingle and integrate. You do what you feel. You can go where you want to go to school at. But what you do is, what I'm learning is Hispanic people, from where they are, where they stand in society, they are doing it the right way. You go to the people that have the money, the power, the economical resources, the education, and you go to where they're at and you learn from them. You don't go there and act a fool. You don't go there, like say, dress like you about to, be in a rap video, or dress like you finna go to bed or go to sleep. You go there and you sit in class and you learn. Do they all graduate? I don't know. You go there and get what you need to get from those in power. Learn from them. Take it back to your people to help your people grow, to build your people, to put them in better economic positions. You don't go there and sit there and be like, they owe us this, they owe us that. I'm just gonna sit here until they give me what I want. You don't do that. Shout out to reparations, because yes, again, like I said before, I am an advocate of reparations. They're gonna give it to us, I'm gonna take it. But until then, in the meanwhile, I'm gonna work my career, make my good money, try to build on my businesses, teach the youngest under me, kids, grandkids, whoever, how to operate, how this world works. Teach them how to, go to school, learn trades. Go, if you're gonna get a degree to where you're going to where a robot can't take your business, or get a degree to where you're gonna be the one who's programming and fixing the robots. Either way, learn the importance of real estate, learn the importance of investing at an early age. So when you get my age, because God willing, you will become my age one day, you're in a better position than I'm in. And I'm not doing too bad, truth be told. But if I could have did things a little bit differently, I'd be in a position right now better than what I am in. So I'm don't get me wrong, I'm grateful and thankful and blessed. Trust me, from what I got. But just imagine with the way the economy is going. Yeah, kind of wish I was in like better position, but still working on it. Not gonna stop working on it until the day I die, or the day I just physically just can't do it. But I'm always gonna try to get that information down to other people, whether they're younger than me, older than me, same age. I'm gonna try to get that, because trying to make sure that my people have the knowledge. Once I get the knowledge, you do what you need to do with it, do what you want to do with it. But trying to give you the knowledge to just to better yourself, right? But that's what the Hispanics do. That's why you have Hispanics who go out here and, I mean, you see them building houses, putting on roofs, mowing the yard, doing doing that labor. And we sit here and talk about, like, man, I'm best to do that work, and they do it for cheap, blah, blah, blah. But then the next thing you know, in a couple of years, they got their own lawn care service, or they foremans, or they building houses, construction, or they building their own houses and building their own neighborhoods up. They're doing all this while I can go through some of our neighborhoods, and those frame houses, those shotgun houses are still there. And the only thing we're doing is selling to these companies that's predominantly owned by white people, who's coming offering money for these little houses because grandma dead, and you think they're offering you good money, but you can't really do nothing. But hey, we'll give you money for these houses, and what we'll do is, if you can't afford another house, what we'll do, we'll set you up somewhere where there's Section 8 where your rent will be cheap. So it's like living in the same, so it's like living here. It's just, you be in a nice little neighborhood or whatever, and it is what it is. We're just gonna take these houses, we're just gonna buy them, we're gonna fix them up a little bit, that's all. And then once we fix them up, we'll give you first opportunity to buy it. But what they don't tell you is, once they tear down your $50,000 house and they rebuild it for $50,000, $100,000, they're gonna put on the market for $250,000, $300,000. There's no way in hell you're gonna be able to buy the house. You're gonna be like, oh, wait a minute, the house is worth $50,000, now it's worth $300,000. How is that possible? It don't matter. You sold it to them, and they did give you first opportunity to buy it. You just couldn't afford it, so now they're gonna give it to somebody else, which was a plan. All along. But again, back to what I was saying. This, like I said, the Hispanic population, I don't know if it's blowing up or booming. I don't know, because I don't know like the backstory. Like I said, where the white kids going to school? Most of the white kids, like, they going to school in the rich neighborhoods or somewhere, because they getting out of, like I say, the ISD, Fort Worth ISD. You got a lot of them still in the country, in the suburbs, in the country, but in the inner cities, they're gone, man. They are gone. And the problem is, they're leaving these major school districts. Let's go look at Houston ISD right quick. Let's look at that. They're leaving these major school districts and not leaving you with any kind of resources. Why we sitting there begging and hoping that they're gonna bring us something, but they're actually just leaving. And once they're gone, and then you have nothing, so that's gonna create a problem. So we gotta think about it. These people study us, but we don't study them. So going to Houston ISD, 193,727 students. You'll see it says 22% of it is African American, 61.9% is Hispanic, and 9.7% is white. Again, major school district in Texas. And white folks is leaving. Let's look at Austin, which is the capital. Is there an Austin ISD? Austin, which is the capital of Texas. 71,883 students. 6.3% African American, makes sense. 54.4% is Hispanic, and 30.9% of it is white, which Austin was used to be always a major white city anyway. But again, Hispanics are 54%. Them sun guns are coming, taking over. Bottom line is, let's look at San Antonio, which sounds Hispanic, but let's see. Where is this at? San, I can't spell. Let me see it. I don't think, San. Marco, San Luis, San Benito, San Antonio. Real quick. San Antonio, Texas, 44,568 students. You got 5.8% African American, 89.8% Hispanic, which makes sense, and whites 3.1%. Again, white folks are leaving y'all and going out to the country. What they're doing is going out to the country, going out to the suburbs, educating their own, getting better education. In the meanwhile, the white folks who got the money, they're going back to the inner cities and buying up all the properties that black folks have, Hispanic, low-income people have. We're going to take those, tear them down, build them up, so that the kids that they're teaching in these segregated or these suburban districts can come in and move in and live in these areas. It's just a circle of life. It's a circle of life. It's a smooth operation that very few of us are paying attention to because we're too busy worrying about voting for a mentally incompetent and demented a president who got dementia, or his fake black vice president. We're too busy worrying about voting for the Democratic Party, down bad at the Democrats. I don't understand what the hell that is. We're too busy worrying about that than seeing what's really going on, seeing what's really happening, and how then once they get back into the major cities, and then they move all of us back out to the country to where we started in the first place. Like I said, it's just a circle. It's just the way they're gonna do it until they can weed us out again, leaving, taking all their resources, and we're not even sitting there paying attention to what they're doing. Like I said, we won't go and watch Fox News or look at some of these their websites on, I know, Rush Limbaugh and seeing, is he still on? I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. People like that, telling my age, that's talking about us, watching us, commenting on us. We won't go watch that. But they're watching us. They're watching us. That's why they know us so well. Shout out to Nita Fuller. He said all the time, they know us better than we know them because they're paying attention to us. They're studying us, and we won't even think of it. All we want to do is talk about them and say how racist they are and how they just doing us wrong and they owe us reparations. That's all we talk about. But we're not enough of us are saying, hey, let me tell you what I learned. Because I can tell y'all, like, stock market wise, what I learned from an older white man when I was a PCT at the hospital, patient care at the hospital. Man gave me like 3 books to buy. He told me, and they explained, he gave me like paperwork, showed me how to like study stocks, what to look for, and it said, like, if you can get this down within a matter of years, you can retire. Just don't trade it alone if you can master it. And I've told other people this and showed other people the way. It's just, you know what I'm saying? You just got to get that information, use it. It wasn't like, oh man, the old white man taught me something like this and that because it's a white dude. But you ain't gonna listen to the brother anyway. But you listen to him before you listen to me. Interesting. But anyway, let's get back to the story. Like I said, I got off track on that because I wanted to see, like I said, where in the hell are all the white kids? And, where the black, where the black kids are, where the population, because it seems like I said, we ain't growing. We just continue, like, we stagnant while Hispanics are just blowing up. But it is in Texas and Mexico is like right there. So, I mean, that could, yeah, it does make sense. Let's see, let's go back to it. So they talked about how she got mad that she told him that y'all just better be glad that they lowered the passing rate. Thank God for COVID. Don't get mad at her. She get mad at the school district for not, well, first of all, get mad at yourself for not making your kids do their homework, not making your kids read over the summer or on their time off, not teaching them to read when they was 3, 4, 5, 6, and not, because the kids love to learn. So not encouraging them to keep learning, not encouraging them to buy them books or watching. When I was growing up, we had Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers. That's all we had. You know, Channel 13, Reading Rainbow. So we had no choice but to learn. So don't get mad at her for speaking about the effect when you have to get to the root cause. You know what I'm saying? Get mad at the districts for only teaching for the standardized test so they can get their funding, and not actually being worried about what your kids actually learn in school, when they're thinking that the majority of the kids in third grade and they can't read at third grade level because they're too busy worrying about the standardized test. And again, parents are not forcing their kids to learn at home. And you know, but then, you know, she gonna twist it and say, I was just, you know, they just twisted my words. They said that, you know, I said, be thankful for COVID. That's not what I said. I was just trying to be positive. Like, look at the positive. Look at the positive thing. That now you can pass because they lowered the passing grade because of COVID. So look on the bright side. Kind of remind me of the teacher on Everybody Hates Chris. When she thought she was being helpful by what she was saying, but really it was like bigoted and racist, but she quote unquote felt she had good intentions. I think, and that's how they do. That's usually how they speak anyway, how they feel. Robert Wood, a friend of Pisano, says she has a heart for people coming from disadvantaged backgrounds. She's taken an annual collection from her church to give to an ODY staff fund that helps students buy prom tickets, graduations, gowns, and other supplies, Wood said. Robinson has been a teaching administrator in the Fort Worth School District for 17 years, according to his biography on the district website. He received an award from the school district, and he's talking about the principal from the school district in May 2022, recognizing his years of service, according to a post on his Facebook page. Now, this thing was supposed to have been about Robinson, but it was mainly about the counselor, the white counselor who posted this racist and bigoted post telling you that this is how your kids dress every day. It's 100% accurate and it's fun because now I can dress like them because make them see how silly they are. I guarantee the kids did not have a problem with it because they're children. The people who had a problem with it are the ones who allow their kids to walk out the house looking like that because now they feel like they're being, you know, made fun of. Well, apologize. This ain't your world. This ain't your world. You got to follow by certain rules. There's certain standards that you should try to live up to and should make your kids live up to. If that's not what you want to do, don't get mad that the rest of the world is calling you on your BS because it ain't their fault. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if you're poor. So here's what's funny. Seems like people go from one extreme to another. If you don't have $400-500 hairdos, $75 nails being done, now walking around in Gucci, whether it's fake or real, a Louis Vuitton name brand, if you're not talking about poor folk, and because, I mean, hey, we already looked at the stats. It's saying what? What did I say earlier about Fort Worth? Hold on, see how fast I can get to this. About the people who are getting government assistance and all that kind of stuff. Or this, how fast I can get to this. Come on, what did it say? What did it say? The risk factors. When you got 85.2% of the Fort Worth ISD school district is economically disadvantaged, meaning you are probably at the poverty line or below because you are eligible for free or reduced lunch or other public assistance, which means you're broke, which means you're in poverty. It's just be 100 with it, right? So if you can't look like $1 million, then you'll walk out the house looking homeless. Then you walk out of the house, like I said, looking like you gotta be like, man, you know, because it's called, it's like, I can't even use a word on YouTube. It's called N-word splander. N-word with the A. N-word splander. is a word that I like to use. Because you want people to think, the reason why I put these pajamas on, this bonnet on. We're talking about the women. And I just didn't feel like doing my hair. Oh, girl, I got to do my hair tonight, so I had to wash it last night or whatever. Because I'm going out. It's in the third. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get my stuff done. Blah blah blah. For the weekend. But during the week, you look like hot garbage. The dudes, well, shoot, I don't know where the whole sagging pants and a little bit tight jeans. I do know that is affecting your sperm count. It's probably why we ain't got a whole lot of kids in these school districts, because these boys' sperm count is probably dropping because they wearing these tight ass jeans, these little skinny jeans, and just cutting out the circulation to your scrotum. I mean, look it up. It's true. You talk about the white boys who used to ride bicycles all the time, saying that sitting on that bicycle seat for hours every day is messing up your sperm count. Wearing tighty whities is messing up your sperm count. Stuff like that. I mean, that's just what it was. That's those studies, and now they got y'all wearing these tight breeches and you're sagging. It's just messing up your reproductive organs. But anyway, so I think I touched on everything I want to touch on. Let me just make sure. Like we're not saying, the black teachers. Next thing, we're the black teachers. Like I said, the black teachers ain't really trying to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? Black folks don't deal with black folks. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just tired. We can't do anything to the kids, so we're not finna deal with your kids. You deal with your own kids. But that's all I got for this story, I guess. Like I said, I touched on a few things. The main thing was, like I said, originally it was supposed to be like a lighthearted story. Like, look, these kids, these parents, these teachers are dressing like your children. If you're mad, then stop sending your kids out in the public like this. Period. Make them dress presentable, like they're trying to learn, like they're trying to take advantage of the school systems, of the education, so they can make something of themselves. Teachers have it hard dealing with your kids. You gotta think about, teachers may have to deal with 200 kids a year, all with different personalities, that all of them want to talk back, be hard-headed, think they know everything. They get tired. That's why they leave. Man, I went to a kindergarten, I don't want to say graduation, but like a little kindergarten play, or whatever you want to call it. School, what do they call them things? It was like a little program, a kindergarten program the other day for the last day of school. And the majority of the kids, yes, were Hispanic. The majority of the teachers, staff, from the moment you walk in the building, Hispanic or white. Majority of the kids, Hispanic. This is a small town. So you would think majority of the people would be, you know what I'm saying, like a white descent, but they're not. When the program started, the first half of the program, kids spoke nothing but Spanish. You may have had 85 to 90, I'm gonna say 85 to 90% Hispanic kids. Then you may, I think we had like 5 black kids and maybe like 5 to 10 white kids in kindergarten. The rest of them were Hispanic kids. The teacher population, same thing. I don't think we saw any black people there teaching. But that's what it's coming to. And that's what you got to really understand, that times are changing. And we are being left behind. Like I said, we are concerned with the wrong things. We are concerned with things that are not helping put food on our table, help put money in our pocket, or putting investments in our investment accounts, or helping us getting out of the poverty situation that a lot of us are in. We're not concerned with that. We're concerned that Donald Trump is a racist, so we got to get him out. We got to keep him out. We got to vote Democrat because they nice to us. And Republicans are just hardcore evil. But yet you got a group of people who are coming in, taking over. And I ain't mad at them. I mean, should you let me do it, I'm going to do it. You let me, you know what I'm saying? You let me come in, I'm going to put the work in. If I can put the work in advance to a point, oh yeah, I'm going to do it. Because while I'm doing this, I'm planning and plotting on something else. It's just that simple. But yeah, can't get mad. Like, so, I mean, those white ladies use the word ghetto. You don't want them people to talk about you. Well, stay in your little area. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from them. Don't show them what you do in the privacy of your own people. You just don't do that. Not the negative stuff. But they see it when we, like I said, the way they dress, we say the rap music, how does it turn, everything's being played. Matter of fact, like I said, at this little old kindergarten function, the first song they play is Going Down in the D's, whatever. Tell me what you know about what's going down. I don't know the song. That's a song they played to bring all the kids and have all the kids doing little dances and stuff. I did see a little Mexican boy like a shirt, tie, slacks, and a vest. The boys dressed up. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but yeah, so like I said, the rap music is prominent. Y'all, we in trouble. It's simple as that. They got mad at the principal for allowing a day where it only just brought out the truth. So now they got to do an investigation. Ain't no investigation, man, inside that school. Bring that principal back and start investigating these parents and start investigating these policies that's allowing these kids to even go to school like this. Give them a chance to learn, man. Even if they economically disadvantaged, it doesn't even matter. Just as long as you give them an environment to learn and to excel, that's all they need. But anyway, tell me what you think. Oh yeah, we was long-winded on this one, man, but I had to be, because like I say, when I first looked at this, I thought it was gonna be like a 5-10 minute video. This thing will turn into about an hour, but it's all good. Anyway, tell me what you think. Leave your comment below and then share it with the world. With that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.